Hello, everybody. I am back, and it has happened. Astride is the perfect game. Okay, maybe not quite yet, but it's close. And honestly, I'm very happy with where it's at the moment. Now, just warning up front, this is a test build, as I have put in the corner. Hopefully that works. I have access to test builds because I was and am a Patreon member. If you would like access to these builds before they are released to Steam, you can join the Patreon. It's very inexpensive to join the testers. It's the second lowest tier, the bronze tier. I highly recommend considering doing that if you want access to features before they are released for the general public. And it is a great chance to give your feedback and be heard. There aren't that many people in the Discord server for us testers, so it is a great chance to give your thoughts and your feedback on features as they're released. I just highly suggest remembering that, like, Astride, that volume is getting very loud. I apologize. I just remember that Astride is still very early in its development compared to other games you might compare it to. So I feel like some people forget that, like, we're building this. I say we as if I'm just giving my feedback, but I'm not the one in there coding it. But it is being built, step by step. It's a very small team. And really only one programmer right now. So things go slowly. So please, if you do go to give your feedback, just keep that in mind. It's a step-by-step process, and one big step was added recently that completely changes the game, in more ways than one. Because breeding was added. We can now breed our horses. We can breed. I'm just very excited. I love it. Just trying to keep my thoughts straight. This is going to be a bit of a ramble, but yeah, so I highly suggest checking out the Patreon, and right now, if you join the Patreon at the bronze tier or higher, you can join the testing, and you can also have access to the breeding features, which are, again, very much a work in progress. This is the test build. This is not the official release. A few things are going to be changed before the official release, I'm sure. And even when it is released to the early access, it is a bit confusing, test build, early access. It's a bit confusing. It is what it is. But when it's released to the Steam early access, still keep in mind, it is still early access. It is still being worked on. Nothing is necessarily set in stone. And, these early days, I know that it's been a few years. Games take time. There's been hiccups, but this is a great chance for us to have our voices heard on the features. Like, I and several other people in the test server have been like, hey, it would be really nice if this was a thing, or hey, maybe tweaking this would be good. And they've been very receptive to it. Like, obviously, the developers have their vision, and, I don't think that any of us really should be trying to compromise that vision. But when you get into the nitty-gritty of, like, where, like, maybe an extra button to do this, or, like, time passing was added, and I'll get to that, but someone suggested, oh, well, we should have a clock somewhere, and for, like, selling horses, I pointed out we need a confirmation button so that we don't accidentally sell a horse that we don't want to sell, which would have been nice the other day. It has not been added yet, but I'm just saying that these are examples of things that I and other people have said in the Discord to give our feedback kindly. Just a reminder to be kind and patient. Kind voices will be heard over, loud critical voices. So, not to say you can't be critical, just there's a difference between just insulting the game and making it clear that you're for this game. You want this game to succeed, and so any feedback you give is coming from that place. So, anyways, let's get into it. So I have a few save files already. I've got 2 breeding projects. I recreated, my mom in Horse Isle 3 loves Abaco barbs, so I recreated, I don't think I can turn the camera, so I recreated her Splash Abaco barbs. Now, I suggested a way to change your username. Right now there's no way to change your name, but this is where you can join, sorry, I'm losing my breath, I apologize. It's been a long time since I've done a video, so, but I've suggested that, that you should be able to change your name, so that is, and that was said to be a good suggestion, so hopefully will come. But this is where you join into your single player game. You click, click on which game you want, you click load, or multiplayer. So right now the way multiplayer works is, now that you can have multiple horses, and we'll get into that, whatever horse was the last one you were riding is the horse that will be your multiplayer horse, and also will affect what horse you're with when you go into your single player. But you can only have one horse in multiplayer. You join a completely fresh world. Like, it's not your save file, it's just you and your horse and whatever tack your horse was wearing. So yeah, that's how that works. And we are going to start a new game. Oh, you can have 5 save files now. Before it was discussed that there were only going to be 3, but we can have 5. So I'm very excited. We'll just, so I imagine right there is where your character creation is going to be, but for now it's where you name your, right now all you can do is name your character, but you can, like, move the camera back. So horse creator, this isn't new. What is new is we have a Percheron, which has 2 body types, the French Percheron and the American Percheron. I believe the American can be bay, yep, and the French one cannot. So that's interesting. And they can be roan. I'm not gonna. Oh, and it's thanks to me they can be flaxen. I pointed out that I think that Percheron can be flaxen, and that was added. So I'm just very excited about that because I love flaxen. I might suggest that we can add Panger. I don't know. I feel like they should be able to have it, but I don't know. I might see if I can find some Percheron examples that look like they have it. So that would be really cool. But either way, I'm not gonna spend too much time. Let's just randomize. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's just a fjord. Oh, my cute little Arabian. Oh, I do want a gray horse, actually, because we're going to be breeding something. So we're going to go with a gray horse. Is this a flea bitten? Yeah, that's flea bitten for sure. Okay, yeah. All right. I don't know. I'm not, don't ask me to name things. We'll turn the age down to 5. Alright. None of this matters. Other than I do want a gray horse, because we're going to actually do some testing that I haven't done yet. Now, I do have my graphics set to the lowest setting, just because, the high settings don't really look good to me. Definitely some of the graphics need improvement. But as far as gameplay goes, massive improvement, because now we can have multiple horses and we can breed. So you spawn in over here with your horse. It's tackless because I have that turned off. It's actually... I'll show all that. I don't turn on the Astride planing because I don't need it. I'm an expert. Oh, also, I guess maybe that was added in one of the live updates. But yeah, you can be first person now. Mains look a little weird, but you can be first person. That's a nice flea bitten. Alright, so... we right here is where you can breed and look at all of your horses. So when you start, you have, and again, all this is subject to change, I'm sure. But when you start, you have 2 horses besides the one that you made. You have Bolt and Millie. And they're completely random. What you get is just absolutely random. And I'm sure that I don't think that the breeding boards are gonna stay here. I don't know where they're gonna be moved to, and I think the UI for them is gonna change too. But this is the breeding one. So we have Millie, who's gray, and Mary, who's gray. Millie isn't grew yet. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go look at them. Oh, also the barn is gonna change. I'm pretty sure the stable is, they drew up some new concept art of where they want the stables to be. So this is Millie. She's not flea bitten. Oh no, she is. She's flea bitten. Oh, she's pretty. Is she also a warm blood? I wasn't paying attention. No, she looks a little more refined than a warm blood. Is that an Arabian? I don't know. Doesn't matter. We're gonna go. But yeah, you can have multiple horses. Oh, also you can. Oh, doors open and shut. I don't know if that's a new thing. You can also lead them. That's fun. I think you can run while you lead them. No? Okay. So you can move them wherever you want. They don't move on their own just yet. I don't know when that's coming. That's not a discussed thing for this upcoming update. But this upcoming update is going to add breeding and time passing and maybe foals. We'll see. All right, well, we're going to breed some horses. We're going to breed Bolt and Millie. And you can immediately see what it is. So all of this is going to be changed because eventually there is going to be pregnancy. Ouroboros said that you're going to have to wait to see if the mare even is pregnant, and then wait a little bit longer for the foal to be born, and then wait a little bit after that for the foal to be independent of the mother. And those times are going to be changed. Like, this is testing, right? So times are shortened at the moment, but in the long term, I'm sure they will be extended. My hope is that some things are going to be adjustable, because I kind of want things to take a realistic kind of like a realistic, proportionately amount of time. That's my hope. Millie is a Norwegian warm blood. Her head just looks so refined comparatively. We did not get a gray foal. I want a gray foal. That's a gray foal. Okay, this is good. So we are gonna go get that foal. Oh, and also, so for now, there are no foals. They are born fully grown. They say 0 years, which is important. It's over here. Oh, yeah, so this is our foal. Super cute. I'll show a bit more of what mixed breeding does. So we bred Millie with Bolt. Bolt's an Arabian. Millie's a Norwegian warm blood. So this is what a 50% Norwegian warm blood, conformation-wise, this is what a 50% Norwegian warm blood, 50% Arabian looks like. So, yeah, it meshes the bodies. So there's the mother, and you know that's the father, and it blends. It's called blend shapes. I'm not an expert on like the 3D modeling of all these things, but yeah, they literally it's like a slider between, you know. Over on one side is Arabian, on the other side is the Norwegian warm blood, and this is smack dab in between. So that's how mixed breeding works. They did say, and it's still on their website, I was looking at their website today, they did say before, because they didn't know if this would work, that it was going to be 50-50 of like, if you bred an Arabian with a Norwegian warm blood, then the foal would have a 50% chance of being having the model of the Norwegian warm blood, or 50% chance of having the model of the Arabian. But that's not how it worked out. They were able to make the blend shapes work, And so this is literally right in between the Arabian and the warm blood. So that is very exciting. And we are going to take this chestnut horse. As you can see, it is chestnut. But as you saw in its genetic profile, it is also gray. And we're gonna take this horse on a little ride. Actually, you know what? We gotta wait until time passes a bit more. So where's the sun? Alright, sun is right overhead. No, horse, stop. Sun is right overhead. So we've got a little bit of time. Let's do, because I want to show you nighttime, and then we're going to skip forward a little bit, because we have time passing now. But let's get a few more horses. So you can buy a horse, and it spawns in a random one. So there's a black Arabian, which is useless. We already have that. Gray chestnut Arabian. Okay. Flaxen chestnut roan. Ooh. Oh, but it's a gelding. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. Gelding. Okay, we're not messing with the geldings. Okay, we don't need that. I want horses I can breed. That's a gelding. There's an Icelandic mare. Norwegian fjord. Gelding. Dunskin. Ooh, that'd be fun. Box 10 is on the opposite side. And we'll fill up to 16. Gelding. Okay. Piano. Percheron, fun. It's a tall one too. Okay. And last one, gelding. Okay. Alright. Okay, I have to be in first person. I apologize to anyone this is going to make nauseous. But we're going to go look at all the horses, and then we're going to do a little bit of breeding. Alright, that was the foal. Ooh, I think that's the Icelandic. Is that an Arabian? That's a flea-bitten Arabian. Gorgeous. Very pretty. Another black Arabian. Alright, we're going to go to the other side. Alright, it's a little afternoon. I do think they are going to add a clock. We will see. I think Ouroboros said that's coming in the next update. I just don't know when the next update is coming. Ooh, Percheron. Look at that. Gorgeous. I love that. They're my favorite. Fjord. Ooh, that's an Icelandic. That's cute. Look at that done. I love it. That's nice. Another fjord. Oh yeah, I want to see the tail of the, because like the fjords have, so one thing I noticed is that if something is a fjord mix, it gives it different traits, I think. I don't know. I've got some experimenting I still need to do with the breeding, but I think that having a blood percentage of fjord, wait, or maybe not. Because that's not a fjord. Is it? No, it is. Yeah, it is. That's a fjord. Okay, never mind. See, I think having the fjord, it affects the way the dun presents. I think there's a specific type of fjord dun, and it only shows up on horses that are registered as having fjord blood. So. Another gray Icelandic. Okay. Now we're gonna do some breedings over here, and then all of the foals will show up near us. All right. What do we want to do? Icelandic. We already did Arabian with Norwegian warm blood. Arabian. Well, yeah, let's do Arabian with Norwegian fjord. And name that Arabian fjord. we're just gonna make a few different mixes. Percheron. Oh, let's do Percheron Arabian. And that's a French Percheron, so that's the beefy one. Okay. We already did Arabian Fjord. Let's do Arabian Icelandic. I just think the Arabian's the best one to do because it is so distinct. Okay. Oh, right now you can change their show names, their registered names. In the future, that's not necessarily going to be the case. Did we breed an Arabian with everything? We got... How many breeds are there? Oh, we already did the... Yeah, we did Arabian with everything. Let's do Icelandic with a Percheron. Let's do Percheron with everything. Just giving them the name so that we'll be able to see it over their head. So then a fjord. Then a warm blood. We're not going to do any like second generation crossbreds. Because I don't think that really I wanted to... Okay, there's one. Like the second generation crossbreds look great, but honestly I'll leave that to y'all to find. Okay. And then let's breed an Icelandic and a fjord. Another Icelandic. There's a Dunskin, yeah. Alright. Oh, do I have... I have more space than I thought. Didn't already do Icelandic Fjord, right? No. We'll do Icelandic and Norwegian warm blood. Okay. Sorry, this is a bit slow. Okay. It is also like 3 a.m. So... Okay, so here we have a Fjord Percheron. So you can see it's got the beefiness of the Percheron, but like with that like squarish face of a fjord, kind of. Percheron warm blood. Definitely beefier than a warm blood. I think Percheron is a bit of an overwhelming, like anything's gonna come out looking a bit more Percheron. So this is Icelandic Fjord. So not quite the blocky head of the fjord. This is warm blood Icelandic. Interesting. Okay, then we'll go to the other side. Oh, that's a pretty color. Icelandic Percheron. Did we not do... No, that was Fjord Percheron on the other side. Alright. Oh, that's a pretty pinto. Arabian Icelandic. And look at how Arabian-esque that head is. That's nice. Arabian Percheron. Oh, that's nice. Look at how bulky that is. But still kind of the refined head of the Arabian. Maybe I should be breeding for this. That's nice. And then Arabian Fjord. Interesting. Okay, what time is it? Is it still not... Alright. Well, I kind of wanted to show y'all nighttime. But I don't think we have time. Because priorities here are... Okay. Alright. This is a test to see... Okay. Still not gray. And 0 years old. Okay. Still not gray. 0 years old. Gray. Here we go. So that was 3 days. Now it's going gray. And is that 1 year? So 3 days is 1 year. For now. Again, things could change. Yeah. Interesting. I do wonder if they might change how graying works, because like obviously that made the horse black. I don't know if they're gonna do anything to adjust that. I don't know. Gray's not really my favorite thing in general, so I don't know. Alright, so we'll do another day. Doesn't look like it changed. Another day. And one more, and that should be a year. It went a little more gray. Look at that. See, I haven't tested this before. So now it should say 2 years. Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. A little bit more gray. Should say 3 years. Oh. Now, eventually, like I said, foals are going to be added. So I don't know. I don't know what the timeline is of like how long it's going to take for a horse to become for a foal to become a horse, especially during the testing period. I don't know all of that. All right, 1, 2. A fly just flew in front of me. There it is. 3. Ooh, I like this stage of gray. Look at that. I like the, the dark legs, the light body. Really nice. Oh, the mane is all choppy with the... Oh, very salt and pepper. I like it. It should be 4 years old? 4 years old? I wonder, like, if they're gonna let us ride, like, 2-year-olds. I don't know. I don't know what the really attack plan is. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, really pretty. Looking good. Ooh, we could probably go check some of the others too, because definitely some of the foals were gonna go gray. Yeah, like this one. Look at that. That's pretty. That's pretty. this gonna be... Oh, are those for cross ties? Oh, you're gonna be able to tie your horse here? Cool. I just wanted to see if any more horses were gray. I think it was just that one. Okay. I mean, I think maybe... Oh, oh yeah, these were wrong side. The foals were on the other side. Anyways, I kind of want to keep going until this horse is fully white. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Very cool. So it should be 5 years old. 6 years old. Oh, I missed one. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's flea bitten! Oh my goodness! That's so cool. So at 7 years old, I don't know if the graying is gonna be different for different ones, but at 7 years old, you can have the dapples and the flea bitten. So cool. Now it will eventually turn solid white. I want to go look at the other gray one. I might bring it over here. Actually. This one is not flea bitten. Interesting. Interesting. So these are the exact same age, but this one's going flea bitten. So 7 years old. Interesting. I don't know if it's going to be different for different horses, if like they're going to gray at different rates. I don't know. Even if they don't, that's fine. I just don't know. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and there we go. I think that's about as gray as they can get. Oh, well, no. I mean, this one is fully, like, there's no... Well, maybe on the back legs a little bit. But, yeah. So, 8 years old, this one has gone nearly fully gray. Still says going gray, though. So, I think it changes. 1, 2, 3. Yep, okay, yep. I told you there was a little bit more on those back legs. See if it says going gray. Still says chestnut going gray. I named it going gray, but... So that's 9 years old. 1, 2, 3. I didn't see any change that time. Still says going gray. Well, does Millie... Hold on. No, Millie says gray. Mary says about black gray. So at some point it should say just gray. 1, 2, 3. But I'm not seeing any more changes. It says going gray. I wonder if I have to get out and back in. I'm gonna get out and back in. Oh, I don't think I got on that horse. Yeah, okay. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Should load up pretty quickly. I'm not editing this, so I'm sorry. But I'm going this is the only thing I wanted to test, and then we could go for a little bit of a ride. I really wanted to show nighttime, but that would take like 45 minutes, and I wasn't going to sit there for that long when there were things to test. But it is concerning to me that... Why isn't it loading? It is concerning to me that the horse still says going gray, but we will... Oh, there I am! Look! It's me! I'm famous! That's so fun. That was a pretty Arabian. I don't have her anymore. That was from an old build, so she doesn't work in this game anymore. I could remake her, but I don't know. She's flea bitten. You can't tell because I have it on such low quality, but she's really pretty flea bitten. All right, hello. You are not the one that I wanted. Sorry, fly just flew right in front of my face. Okay. You're not the one. I thought there were other gray foals. Huh. Oh, okay. Chestnut gray. Okay. So you just have to get out and back in. All right. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. Who do we want to go for a ride on? We're gonna go for a ride on this one. And just chat. So, things are really cloudy in the morning when you go to a new day. Really nice. Unfortunately, that music is so loud and distracting. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. There we go. Should be better now. Okay, so unfortunately the pathfinding doesn't exist anymore. But so Astride. I think it is a really fun game now. Other people obviously are like, oh well, it's missing a lot of stuff. It is missing a lot of stuff, but for me, it has two of the things that I really wanted. Those hoofbeats are going to be distracting. Okay. Hold on. Alright, we are going to go ahead and just crank that down. Okay. There we go. So, for me, Astride has two of the three things that are necessary for me to fully enjoy a horse game. What are those three things? Number one, breeding. I think I would put that at the top of the list. I like a good breeding system. Astride has a really fun, satisfying breeding system. And obviously, they're going to add more breeds, which is going to add more variety. I'm excited for the Frisian to be added so I can make some Frisian sport horses. I'm excited for, like, I'm not going to say the name because people will make fun of how I pronounce it, but the one that has the leopard complex genes. So that's going to be added, so we're going to be able to have Appaloosa markings. And that's going to add a whole bunch of colors. I don't know if they're planning on adding Pearl and or Champagne for the Ultra Real / Lusitano. I haven't asked yet. I I don't know that that was initially in the plans, but I don't know. I would really like it if those two genes were added, but I don't know. So yeah, Astride has a really good breeding system. I love that when you breed, you actually get a mix of the two breeds instead of, one or the other. It makes for really good Percheron mixes, which makes me very happy because this, I believe, is the Icelandic Percheron. Am I right? Yeah, this is the Icelandic Percheron. And you can tell. Like, I could tell just by looking at it that it has the, like, pointy-ish nose of the Icelandic, but it has the muscles of the Percheron. So, I really love that. It's really pretty. The Icelandic really has grown on me. I didn't really like it at first, but it's kind of grown on me. Not that I thought it was bad, it wasn't really my type of horse. I prefer kind of different things. Anyway, so, Astride has breeding. And that is, like, the number one thing that I need to, like, fully enjoy a game. It's why Star Stable is kind of... Like, I love Star Stable in a lot of ways, especially a lot of the changes they've made recently. But, it doesn't have breeding, and your horses are never unique. And I guess that's more the thing, is that I love messing around with genetics, but part of it really is that I like having unique horses, and Astride allows you to have unique horses. So what's the second thing? The second thing is the ability to jump into multiplayer with my friends so that we can hang out on our unique horses. Astride has that. It's had that from the start of being able to jump in with friends. And even now, with breeding added, now you can jump into a multiplayer server on the horse that you bred. Like I said, it picks the last horse that you were on, the last horse that you rode, and then that is the horse that you take to multiplayer. Unfortunately, for the moment, the kind of promised feature of being able to visit each other's farms is not a thing. I don't know if it ever will be. It would be nice if it was, but there have been some complications with the multiplayer features, and I know that it's not really a priority right now. So I would not count on that feature coming anytime soon, and I would honestly not get your hopes up too high about it ever coming. But I think that's okay. Like, I would love if my friends could come visit. What is... Oh, that was a plant glitched into the wall. Okay. I would love if, especially once foals are added, it would be so nice to be able to go and visit each other's places and be able to see, all of someone's horses. And one of the promised features back in the beginning was that you could go do chores at someone else's place for them. And like, all of that is well and good. Definitely would love for that to be a thing, but for me, it genuinely is just enough to be able to hop into a multiplayer world with just, the horse that I'm on and hang out with my friends and do, like, the competitions alongside each other, or just go on a nice little trail ride. Like, I am not difficult to satisfy when it comes to multiplayer features. Because, like most games, you kind of just exist next to each other anyways, right? Like, Star Stable, it's an MMO, but, like, there's not very many multiplayer features. They've definitely improved. Like, you can take care of other people's horses, you can visit each other's stables, and that's nice, but still. I just want to be able to, minimum, I want to be able to run around a world with my friends. And any additional multiplayer features are definitely great, definitely a big selling point, but, like, Astride is a small team, it's been very slow going, they've had a lot of difficulty, so I'm not gonna, pin my hopes on something that isn't right in front of me, because, like, for breeding, obviously, they have the breeding system. The breeding system is there, so, and they've been consistent about adding more breeds, so I have no doubt that the breeding will just improve from here. So, I have high hopes for, like, Appaloosa, the markings being added, for the additional breeds to be added. Like, I have no doubt that all of those things are going to be added. You know, then there are the things that there's not a basis for yet in the game, like visiting each other's barns. I just don't see that being added anytime soon. Ouroboros did say that, like, right now they're not worried too much about multiplayer, and then once everything is done, they're going to really hit multiplayer hard. So we shall see. We'll see. I don't want to get my hopes too high. Now, so those are the 2 of the 3 things that are important to me in a game. Now, what's number 3, you might ask? Well, number 3 is being able to trade horses. That is not yet a feature of Astride. It was a promised feature back at the start, which is what got me so excited about it. Like, you know, long before we could play Astride at all, one of the things I was so excited because Astride was going to check all 3 of those boxes, right? Breeding, running around with friends, and being able to trade horses with each other. And we have 2 of those things as actual gameplay features, and the third is planned. It is still planned to be able to do that as a gameplay feature. But here's the thing. We already can trade horses. Now, this is a bit of a, like, it's not a feature in the game yet, and things might change, but as it stands right now, it's not hard to go into your save file and copy the relevant data from a horse and send it to a friend or move it to a different save file. You can just do it. So with that, all 3 of my needs for a horse game are met. We can breed, we can ride around the horses we've bred with friends, and we can trade our horses with friends. All 3 of those things are doable right now, even if one of them is not yet an actual feature. But it is still planned, okay? But you know how I said earlier, I don't want to count on things that there's not a basis for yet. I don't know if they're going to be able, not be able to, but I don't know when they're going to prioritize adding in a trading feature. So I'm sure they will. I've even talked to the programmer, and it's definitely something they want to do. But, you know, who knows when. But in the meantime, it is not hard to just do it. You can just do it. So, I've already bred horses for my friends and sent them along. I've already moved horses around my save files a lot, so that, like, if I have a breeding project in one save file and I get a horse that I really like, I can move it to, like, my main save file. You saw that I had, like, a few different save files already. And those aren't even all my save files. I moved them around my folders a lot. What time is it now? Like noon. Okay. Sorry, I'm making you dizzy looking at my horse's tail. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. The lighting definitely still needs some improvement. And like I said, I have this on a low setting, but goodness, it looks so much better than it used to. The lighting was so hard on my eyes. It made it like so hard to play. Look at how pretty that is. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that horse. Ignore the person. I really hope they add some customization of the person soon. It's not great. But as I said, Astride has the basis of everything that I want in a horse game. And so right now I am extremely happy. Honestly, I mean, it would be sad if Astride never moved forward from here. But at the moment I am able to do my breeding projects. I'm able to just sit down and breed things. So like that's enough for me. I know it's not enough for everybody else, but I am happy where it is at right now. And I have full confidence that they are going to improve from here. Like, we have hit the minimum. We have hit the minimum now. Before, there was not much. There was not much. You could customize a horse and you could ride around on it, and that's not really enough for me. But now you can breed, and that is absolutely enough for me. So, and foals are coming soon. You know, again, I don't like to, count my chickens before they hatch, but foals are, I believe, planned to come before this breeding update releases to Steam. So, yeah. Astride. It's going to be my favorite horse game, I believe. And I'm pretty sure that before too long, it's going to be a horse game that I happily recommend to other people too. Right now, this is not necessarily me recommending it. Let's be clear here. This is me saying that Astride is my perfect game. This is not me saying that Astride is your perfect game. It could be, and I highly suggest you consider it at the very least, but it has a long way to go before it's a fully fledged game. Quests are coming soon for breeding, and I believe training is coming soonish. That's not something that's coming in this update, but I do believe that before this update fully releases, they're going to add quests for, like, you breed a certain horse for a client, and you, like, sell it. We'll see. I don't know. I don't have information on that, really. I'm sorry I keep losing my breath. I am just so out of breath lately. It's allergies, probably. This time of year's not good. Most of the year's not good lately. There's kind of no respite. Anyways, so this is not me saying that Astride is like the perfect horse game, but it is my perfect horse game, and that's what I was always hoping for. You know, I've always, since I first heard of Astride and saw that they wanted multiplayer, that they wanted breeding. I hit my mouse. I have suggested a way to not make that happen. Anyway, so since I read that Astride was going to have multiplayer, going to have breeding, and going to have trading, I have been like, oh, so my perfect game, the ultimate horse game for Rowan, for me. Rowan's ultimate horse game. And it's here. It's very bare bones. Lots of things need improvement, but honestly, I am not that picky. I can't afford to be that picky, you know? Because there are other good games, right? Like, there is Ranch of Rivershine, which I do love. I made a video titled, Best Horse Game Ever, and I still stand by. Ranch of Rivershine is an amazing horse game, but you might notice it's missing two things. I can't run around a multiplayer world with my friends, and for me, that's a really big deal. Because, well, I don't need to explain it, but it's a big deal to me that I can't, ride a horse that I bred alongside my friends. With mods, you can kind of trade horses, but, what's the point if you're not going to be able to go riding with each other? So, and Ranch of Rivershine is enough for a lot of people, and it's a great game. I still love it. I haven't had a chance to really play it since the full release. I started to, and then other things happened, and, I have trouble sticking with the game. But, yeah. And, Horse Isle 3 was kind of my main game for a long time, not because it was perfect, but because it did have everything I wanted. It's multiplayer. Unfortunately, it's forcibly multiplayer. See, that's one of the things that I like about Astride. Astride is a single-player game, just with multiplayer options, and that's one of the things that makes it, like, so good, right? And so Horse Isle, it has the downside of being forcibly multiplayer, but I still can go ride around with friends. It has amazing breeding systems, and you can obviously trade horses with friends. So that's great. But the downsides, it being a permanently multiplayer game, the horses are always aging, and then they die, and that's depressing. And, you know, with Astride, horses aren't going to age unless you're playing. So, there is that. The jumping looks way better than it used to. I feel like they improved that recently. Like, there was a bit of a... Oh, yeah. There's a much more smoother transition from not jumping to not jumping, don't you think? That looks way better. Look at that. That's so much smoother. The animations definitely still need some work of the transitions. Because also, like, look at this. But, anyways. Man, this is gonna be a long video. I'm sorry. Not really. This is my channel. I can do what I want. You just have to deal with it. Anyways, I like Astride. I'm really happy with it. I want to ride Jasper. Okay, we're gonna get out. Now, I do have a glitch. Well, actually, you know what? We'll see. We'll see if it I have a problem where if I've loaded into a world and I try to load into a new world, it never loads. So we're gonna sit here for a little bit and see if it loads, because I do have a lot more windows down. Like, normally I have a lot of background stuff taking, you know, RAM. I do not right now. We'll see if it loads. Anyways, Astride, good game. Not really a full game yet, but, you know, like on Horse Isle, Horse Isle 3 has a lot of what I want, but the downsides just got to be too much. Yeah, this is not gonna load. Okay, this is a problem I have, is that Astride just never loads. Because it doesn't take that long for it to load. So. And I have to forcibly close it. You're still recording, right? Yeah. Then I have to forcibly close it and restart it. So, like, things that Horse Isle has that are bad is it's forcibly multiplayer. So, you have to have an internet connection. Not good. You have to be in a world with a bunch of other people who sometimes are jerks. Not good. Horses, because it's a forcibly multiplayer game, all the horses are on the server. Horses age and die whether you get on or not. Not good. Another thing about Horse Isle, and these are all things that do not apply to Astride. Another thing about Horse Isle is that it is a procedurally generated gigantic world. And a problem with, and like, that's great for like Minecraft, but for a horse game, I want to be able to go on trail rides and ride through a well-designed environment. See, this is going to load super quick. 3, 2, 1. A little longer than that, but but like super fast comparatively. But the fact that it's lagging means it's loading. Yeah, the other one wasn't even lagging. It was never gonna load. Hey buddy, this is Jasper. I love him. He's broken. And it's nighttime. Yes! Jasper, we get to ride at night. Should have done this a long time ago. So Horse Isle, being a large procedurally generated world, it feels so empty and like it's ugly. See, I love going on trail rides in Red Dead and in Red Dead Redemption 2 because the world is so meticulously designed. You know, like there's so much to look at, so many beautiful trails, but obviously it's a game where people shoot at you. So it's a little dangerous to go on a trail ride, but it's so beautiful. It's fun to just go out and like go looking for things to pick up, you know, resources, go hunting, or just go on a trail ride. There's so much. And that's what I want from Astride, is not a big procedurally generated environment like Horse Isle, but, you know, a big world. Like Red Dead's pretty big. Not that Astride has to be that big, but I'm just saying, you know, a world that's big enough for you to be able to go out and go on a nice trail ride, but that had love and care put into it so that there are things to see. Now, right now, I'm sure they're gonna work more on it. It does not that this world is horrible, but it's definitely lacking a little bit. So I'm sure they're gonna work on it. But yeah, so Astride is going to be, you know, an open world, at least for the most part, but a limited world. Not big and endless like Horse Isle and Minecraft. Not empty like Horse Isle. Because, like, already look at this. This was designed by hand. This isn't procedurally generated. So... Or, I mean, not to say that you can't use some level of procedural generation, but, like, everything that's in the world was put there purposefully. You know what I mean? Of, like... a human touched all of it at some point. Unlike in Minecraft, where the coding just did it all, and no one ever looks at it beforehand because they're all randomly generated. You get what I'm saying. It's fine. It's 4 a.m., okay? Anyways. So, I am hoping that they do add things to collect, that preferably without having to get off of my horse. Please do not make me get off of my horse. Please do not make me get off of my horse. But I'm hoping they will add some resources to collect. Because I want a reason to go out riding my horse. You know, beyond just, I want to go out riding my horse. Which is all nice, and like, I'm not going to complain if they don't add stuff, but it would be really nice if they did. But yeah, horses aren't going to age, because this is not a permanently online game. Horses won't age, you know, without your consent. You have to be involved for them to age. Hopefully they keep that button and, like, it doesn't like, it would be kind of nice if time never passed unless you pressed that button. Wouldn't it? That would be so nice. I don't know if they're gonna keep it like that, but that would be so nice. And this, again, this is a single player game, which means, like, no one's here. I can get on and play anytime. No one's gonna bother me unless I want to jump into a multiplayer world. And that's lovely. Again, it would be super nice if my friends could come visit my world and see all of my horses, but, you know, it's just nice that I can jump into a multiplayer world and all my friends can ride horses together, right? Like, that's just nice. That's so much more than, you know, what some games have. This is a dead end. Sorry, Jasper, you gotta go upstairs. I don't suppose that door opens. Probably not. Anyways, do y'all like Jasper? Isn't he pretty? Isn't he just pretty? I forgot exactly what he is. Anyways. And you know, so Red Dead's one of my favorite games, but you can't, like, trade horses, you can't breed horses, you can't do anything. And you can only have one horse out at a time. See, one problem I have with Red Dead, with Horse Isle, with Star Stable, is you can only have one horse active at a time. And I'm sure it's not necessarily going to be super different with this one, but you can have all your horses... Oh, I went into the... My horse was in the other one. Why am I trying to zoom in? This is not Horse Isle. I can't just zoom in. I was trying to zoom in like the Horse Isle control for going first person. Anyways. Yeah, okay. Horse is there. We're gonna go up over here. We'll park you right here. And then we'll go grab Ink. This is Ink. Isn't he pretty? He has one blue eye. He's a silver Rabicano Splash. Arabian Cross. He's very pretty. So see, I can just have them next to each other. And eventually they'll be able to be in a pasture together. And, like, move around. You're pretty blue-eyed. Look at you. Aren't you so pretty? Yeah, so I moved these over to this save, because I know how to do that. speaking of, I am making an Astride community. I will have the Discord invite in the description. If you've made it to the end of this video, no one's gonna see this. If you made it to the end of this video, there is an invite in the description, probably below the Patreon and Steam page for Astride, where my computer just decided to go get really loud. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my laptop, because I'm going to bed right after this. So my computer's fan all of a sudden just decided to get really loud. It's telling me to go to bed. So I am making an Astride community. I've been planning this for a while. Probably should have planned a bit harder but I didn't expect breeding to be added so soon, to be perfectly frank. So I am making a community for hosting live auctions for Astride. That's not going to be the only thing we do, and it might be a while before you even get to that. It's going to be a hub for people to trade horses. Now, as I said, it's not actually a function of the game yet to trade horses, but we can do it. And we're just getting it started. We're just getting the community started, but I really wanted to, you know, right off the bat, create a place for people to connect, to be able to trade their horses. So I have a Discord server. I don't even have the rules or anything written yet, but you know, if you make it in there, just say hi. We will figure things out. I'm open to suggestions. We're gonna have a currency, so we can, you know, have, you know, a money system. But yeah, so live auctions. We are gonna. Oh, actually, let's go over there. Where was it? I figure we'll, I like watching, like, this one YouTuber, this one real-life horse YouTuber's auction videos where she goes to auctions and she'll, like, you know, show the horses in their stalls, and then she'll show the auction ring. So, and like, the preview where the horses are, like, out running around, or being ridden, I should say. So I figure, you know, in Horse Isle, I would host live auctions. I figure we can do the same here, and, you know, I'll park around this round pen, and, you know, someone go in, and it'll be, like, organized, like, super organized, of, like, this is number 131 or whatever, and, you know, I'll live stream it probably. Like, we'll have, like, this super organized live auction where you can see the horse being ridden around and bid in real time. And then also, oh, there's one of the collectibles. And then also we'll have just, you know, private sales, so that people can just post an ad and be like, hey, this horse is for sale, you know, who wants it, make me an offer. But yeah, but like, the main thing I want to do, just because it was so fun in Horse Isle. I had so much fun hosting live auctions in Horse Isle. And I just think that this game lends itself to that, you know? So I really want to bring that into this game. So yeah, we're going to host live auctions. So the Discord server is called, at least for now, I came up with a name. I don't know if it's a good name, but it's the Astride Auction Community Kiosk, TAC for short, TAACK. Because I wanted the abbreviation to be TAC. Okay, I thought it was cute. But yeah, we're just getting it started. So if you want to join and help get things going, or just join so that you're there for when things pick up. Because I already have a few people interested. Not very many people have joined. No one has joined yet. But I've only advertised one spot. I'm not pushing it too hard yet, because I need to get bots set up. I need to get rules written. I got to get we've got a lot of work ahead of us for getting that set up. But it's going to be a place where, you know, people can connect to buy and sell horses. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think the night sky looks really cute. The stars are, like, twinkling. It's really pretty. So, thanks for watching. Uh, if you made it all the way through, wow. Okay. All that to say, Astride is everything that I want it to be. I hope some other people like it too. And I do genuinely believe that it is going to improve from here and be a pretty amazing game. It's just going to take patience and, you know, feedback. Like, kind feedback again. Be kind. They got a lot of quite mean feedback, and, you know, they've made some choices that... Anyways, just, if you want to be in on the ground floor of making this game amazing, I highly suggest joining the Patreon, and so that you can join the test server, and so that your voice can be heard as, you know, these new features are added and modified as they're implemented. Because you know, just little things can really help. Like that person saying, you know, we need a clock. So yeah. So link to the Patreon will be in the description. Link to the Steam page will be in the description. Link to my Discord server will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I really think that Astride's going to be great. And I'm already greatly enjoying it because I love doing breeding projects that I can do in a single day because there's no time to wait yet. Ugh, it's not going to be quite as easy to breed once they add some more waiting, which they will. Okay, I don't want people watching this thinking, oh, so you can just sit and breed, you know, nonstop. No, that's not how it's going to be forever. Okay, chill. They're going to add wait times. They're going to add pregnancy. They're going to add foals. Like, it's going to be harder to breed than it is now. Okay, so chill. This is the test build. Remember? All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.